Warm greetings. I welcome you all for the video lecture on characteristics of DSS. Okay, so we have already explained what is mean by decision support system, what is mean by IDS. So I'll tell now I'm going to explain you what are the characteristics that the DSS should have. The first characteristic is it should support for semi-structured and the unstructured decision. The DSS are primarily designed to assist decision makers in dealing with complex problems that are either semi structured, partially programmable, or unstructured, non programmable. These problems cannot be solved using standard procedures or rules. DSS, by integrating human judgment with a computerized information, allowing the decision makers to explore various possibilities and arrive at informed decision. In many business and organizational settings, not all problems are straightforward. Unlike structured problems that have clear rules and formulas, the semi-structured and the unstructured problems requires combination of experience, judgments, and analysis. Okay. DSS plays a vital role here by combining the power of computer-based system with human intuition. For example, choosing a new market to expand or deciding on merger or acquisition. These aren't the decision that can be made by a formula. The DSS offer the simulation, models, and data visualization tools to explore various what if scenarios, helping the decision makers to evaluate the risk and consequence before taking action. Some decisions don't have clear rules or formulas to follow. These are called as a semi-structured or unstructured decision. The DSS help in these situations by combining the analytical power of computer system with intuitive thinking of human. For example, a company wants to launch a new product. The decision depends upon many factors like customer preferences, competitor moves, market trends. Things cannot be fully predicted or measured. Okay, so DSS can analyze the past sales data, current trends, and stimulate various launching strategy, but the final judgment comes from a human manager. Okay, so these are some real-time example. How does the support for the semi-structured and the unstructured problem will arise? Okay, the second characteristic about the support at various managerial levels. The DSS is not only limited to the top level management, it also provides support across different managerial levels from operational and tactical to strategic level. Each level may have different decision making needs, and DSS can offer tailored support whether it's daily operation, midterm planning, or a long term strategy development. The DSS is not limited to the top executive alone, it can be used by operational manager, middle level manager, top level executive. So, operational manager for how does the DSS will support your operation manager for scheduling, dispatching, inventory decision, middle level manager for budget planning, resource allocation, and forecasting, the top level executive for strategic planning and policy formulation. This multi-level support ensured that the decision made at the each levels are well performed, aligned with the organizational goals. A good DSS adapt its characters, interfaces, features according to the user roles and the complexity of the decision. The DSS help all level of the management, not just the top executive. Each level needs different types of information and support. Example, example, consider you have a store. Okay, so first is your operational level. The store manager uses DSS to reorder the inventory automatically when the stock run low. The middle management, the sales manager uses DSS to track regional sales and monthly targets. Okay, the top level management, the CEO uses DSS to evaluate whether to expand into a new international markets. Okay, so the third property or third characteristic of DSS is to support both individual and the group. The DSS can be used by an individual decision maker working alone or by groups working elaborately. For example, in a boardroom setting, a group of executive may use DSS to evaluate business scenarios together, while an individual analyst might use it forecast sales independently. The decision making can be individual centric, example, financial analyst preparing and report, or a group centric, a team deciding on launching a new product. DSS cater both by offering individual support as well as your group support. The individual support comes through the dashboards, reports, and forecasting tools, while group support through features like collaborative tools, group decision making modules, and the shared access to the data. The group decision support system, or the extension of DSS, that facilitate brainstorming, voting, and real time consents or building in teams. Example, the decision making can be done alone or as a team. The DSS system supports both individual users as well as group collaboration, also known as group decision support system. Example, the individual, a financial analyst uses DSS to decide whether to invest in the company funds or not. The group, a hospital board uses DSS to decide on budget allocation for the different allotments using department hoarding and data analysis tool. The fourth characteristic, the support for interdependent and sequential decision. In many real life scenario, the decisions are interconnected and must be made in sequence. The DSS can handle such interdependency by helping the user to understand how one decision influences the other and by tracking the decision path. This is a crucial for making sound logical decision in complex environment. The choice made today could impact several future decisions. The DSS help manages such as complex decision chain by modeling interdependency, tracking decision history, providing feedback loops for adjustment. For example, a company deciding on opening a new branch must be consider location, staffing, logistic, and marketing. All connected decision, the DSS helps to visualize the impact of one decision on others in the chain. Some decision or affect or depend on other decision. The DSS handle these linked decision by showing how one choice impact other. Example, an airline uses decision support system to decide on aircraft maintenance and scheduling. The decision affects the flight availability, crew scheduling, and the ticket price. If the maintenance delay, all connected schedules get affected. The DSS can simulate these sequence and show optimal outcome. The fifth characteristic is it supports for all phases of decision making. So you know about Simon's model of decision making consists of four phases. One is your intelligent decision, choice, and implementation. So it supports in all phases. The DSS assists throughout the entire decision making process, including intelligent phase, design phase, choice phase, implementation phase. In intelligent phase, it helps to identify the problems, opportunities, and issues. While coming for your design phase, developing and analyzing the possible solution and explore what are the possible outcomes, like if you want to make an advertisement or to offer discounts, the choice, selecting the best solution among the alternatives. And fourth is implementation phase, putting the decision into an action. By supporting all these phases, a DSS ensure a comprehensive approach for the problem solving. Like example, DSS is helpful in every stages of decision making, like intelligent identifying the problem, design, developing a possible solution, choice, selecting the best solution. Fourth one is your implementation, applying the solution. For example, the real-time example for your retailers, notice a drop in football, considering offering discounts or launching the loyalty program, choosing the loyalty program after analyzing the cost and benefits, launches the program through DSS with the performance monitoring. Next characteristic is support for various decision making process and styles. The decision making can vary greatly depending upon the person or the situation. Some persons are analytical, other intuitive. The DSS supports a variety of decision making styles such as rational, emotional, consultative, or conscious based approach. This flexibility makes it too adaptable to different organization, cultures, and preferences. The other flexibilities make it adaptable to the different organizational cultures and the user preferences. Different people make a decision in different way. Some are data driven, logical, and instinct. Okay, the DSS is flexible enough to support. For example, in analytical decision making with a detailed modeling and simulation, and heuristic or intuitive decision by providing supporting data and visualization. Third one is your negotiation in the group decision using a collaborative tool, the customization and adaptability to make a powerful, assert, and diverse organizational culture. The example, the data-driven marketing head uses predictive analytics from DSS to select a campaign. A creative director uses DSS reports to validate her gut feeling about the newly designed trend. A school board uses DSS for democratic decision where all the members vote based on DSS provided facts. So these are some examples of how it supports the data-driven approaches. For seventh characteristics is it adapts over the time. The one of the key strength of DSS, it is availability to learn and adapt over time. As more data is entered and the more decisions are made, the system can evolve, improving its accuracy, relevancy, and usefulness. This makes DSS increasingly valuable as it becomes better at meeting the user needs. Okay. Unlike the statistic information, the DSS is dynamic and evolves with usage. It adapts based on new data inputs, user behavior, and preferences, feedback from the past decision. The learning capability make the DSS smarter and more accurate more over the time. For instance, the DSS used for sales forecasting maybe became more precise as it gather more seasonal and the customer trends. Okay, a good DSS learn and evolves. It becomes better with time by observing more data and adapting to the decision makers' habits. Example, an e-commerce company uses DSS for product recommendation over a time. As more customer data is collected, the system improves its accuracy, showing the user more relevant product, thus booking sales. The eighth characteristic is it has a user-friendly interface. The DSS is designed to be intuitive and user-friendly, ensuring that user feel at home while using it. Even non-technical users should be able to interact with the system effectively. The good DSS should have the clear visuals, simple navigation, and helpful prompts to guide the user through a complex analysis. Okay, so the major factor in the success of any system is usability. The DSS must be user friendly with a clean and intuitive interface, interactive, allowing the user to ask what if question and modify parameters, accessible without requiring deep technical skill. If the user find DSS harder to use or understand, they will avoid it. So the goal is to make the user make it comfortable and confident in using the system for a daily decision making. Okay, the DSS should be more user friendly, meaning even non-technical people should feel comfortable using it. This encourages the regular user and leads to the better decision. For example, a school principal may not be a tech savvy, but well-designed DSS allows her to track the student performance, attendance, and the staff scheduling using simple dashboards and graphs and clickable options. Next, the ninth characteristic is it focus on the decision based upon the effectiveness or over the efficiency. Okay, like while traditional decision making or information system often aim to efficiency, doing things faster or cheaper. The DSS focus more on effectiveness, making the right decision. The goal is to enhance the quality and impact of the decision rather than merely speeding up the process. Most traditional systems focus on doing things faster or cheaper, that efficiency, but DSS focus on doing the right thing, this effectiveness, by helping the user make the informed choices, avoid costly mistakes, consider long-term implications. The DSS enhance the quality of decision, which ultimately lead to the better outcomes of an organization. The goal of DSS to help the user to make a better decision, not just faster one. So it is focused on effectiveness rather than efficiency. So which means choosing the right action, doing things quickly. Okay. So it helps to make a right action in prioritizing it without making, instead of making it quick, it will do the right things. Okay, so consider you have any medical emergency. As a hospital, DSS doesn't just speed up the decision. It helps the doctor to choose the right treatment plan based upon the patient data and improving the survival chances. Even if the decision have bit longer, it is more accurate and potentially life saving. Okay, so from this, like, we can infer the decision making system should have these eight characteristics. So I'll summarize what are those characteristics with the real time examples. Okay, so the first characteristic is about it supports a complex decision. How does it will support the complex decision? Is it will to help to launch a new product. Okay, so it will be used. Second characteristic is it will be used at the how all different managerial levels, like from a lower level to the top level. Like consider you're going to have a store planning, so from the inventory, sales, and the strategic planning. So next is your, it is adaptable for both individual as well as group. Like individual, how to make their financial analysis, how to make a boardroom, present their boardroom meetings, etc. Okay, so next, it supports a interlinked decision. So it will have like if one sector is affected, the sectors interconnected to others will also be affected. So while taking decision, all the sectors should be taken into a mind. Okay, so the full decision making phase, like from the scratch to it will stop, it will require the problem solving strategies. Okay, so it will fits a different style for data driven and intuition approaches, etc. Learns and evolves the smarter recommendation in e-commerce system based upon the feedback it will update it on. Next, it should be easy to use. Even non-techs can use the DSS more effectively. Okay, so it focus on right decision rather than doing it in a quick way. So this was a concise the summary of what we have seen in this video lecture. Thank you for listening. We'll meet you in next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.